Okay, and greetings, one and all. Welcome to another movie review here on the network for you all, for your entertainment, enjoyment, and pleasures for pretty much you all. Now, for this particular movie review that we are going to do, which I will announce in a humble second, joining me is none other than, well, you know who he is, people. I don't need to say nothing.
You want a hint? Here's a hint. Oh, cut the crap. Bring on the meal.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit!
But anyways, folks, yeah, he does not need my introduction whatsoever.
It's Dickhead.
Yeah, it's Dickhead. Cue Ball Romy Boy, that's who it is.
Cue Ball Romy Bravo.
Cue Ball Romy Bravo, that's who.
Hey, how you doing, Ma?
That's what he is. He's a bald Johnny Bravo without any hair. That's what he is.
Johnny Bravo. I love Johnny Bravo, though. He's great.
Oh, yeah. That's what Romy is. But anyways, folks, for this movie review that we're going to do, let's just say it is it's pretty much one of the greatest musicals of all time. And I'm going to name a couple people. Jacoby, I know you're going to want... Wait, is it Jacoby? No, I don't think it's Jacoby, but I know Austin doesn't like these kind of films. Same with, is it... I can't figure it. It's either Meyer or Jacoby. I can't remember. It's one of the two.
Oh, shit. You know what? I can look this up. Hold on. Go ahead, keep talking. I'll
the
give
genres of musicals. But anyways, folks, for me, I don't have no problems with musicals at all. I mean, I'm alright. I mean, it all depends, like, what the musical is going to be. It's all going
I will say this about musicals, and this is the biggest problem I had with Les Miserables, is that they're literally 99% of all the dialogue was fucking singing. There's no break in between.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. That was also the same thing with the musical of the Phantom of the Opera. It was the same thing as that as well. The 1990, I think it was 1995. It was either 96 or 97. I can't remember the year of Phantom of the Opera. Most of it was just the opera singing. That's what the whole movie was about. Not like the original silent film of the original Phantom of the Opera. But folks, that's not what the movie we are going to be reviewing. I mean, look at all the musicals. There was Phantom of the Opera. There was Annie, Little Shop of Horrors. Hey.
There was The Sound of Music. There was the producers. I think the producers. There was Les Miserables. Hairspray. That was another one.
Actually, I'm going to talk about that in a second about that particular one.
South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yeah, you hadn't mentioned that. See, the thing is about Hairspray, though, I'm going to be honest. The original 1980s version, I preferred that one a little bit more than the remake of it.
Oh, you don't like John Travolta in it?
I'm not even going to bother saying anything about that.
Oh, no, wait, it is, you're right, it is Jacoby and, Austin 420.
Okay, I was right, it was Austin 420. When did you start calling that?
I called him that, months ago when him and I did the infamous Oscar snub video that my Facebook and my Skype just exploded with like tons of friend requests.
Wow.
It was the one where we were going over all the Oscar snubs of 2015.
Oh, yeah.
I was losing my mind. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But anyways, folks, for the musical that we're going to review, it's pretty much my all-time favorite musical. It's my number one favorite musical, yet a movie that is on my top 10 personal favorites list. It's a movie that I relate to personally, which I will get to in a bit. We're talking about the movie...
Holy shit! Do you want to talk about... Okay, you know how the movie The Wrestler, it looked like it was heavily inspired by the life of Jake the Snake Roberts?
Yeah.
The Little Shop of Horrors is heavily inspired by Gary.
No joke, folks. It's heavily inspired by me. It's no joke. I will explain why in a bit. But we're going to be reviewing the movie Little Shop of Horrors that was released in 1986 with cast members of Ellen Greene, Rick Moranis. Yeah, we got my boy Rick Moranis, my celebrity lookalike. How lovely. So we got Rick Moranis, we got Vincent Gardenia, Steve Martin.
Oh, I'm the Keymaster, you're the gate.
I'm the Keymaster, you're the gatekeeper. We got Vincent Gardenia, Steve Martin, Levi Stubbs, who was a member of the Four Tops, who played as Audrey 2, which he did an outstanding performance in the movie. But anyways...
Audrey 2.
Audrey 2. But anyways...
Hey, go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to sign on a Skype real quick because I'm having a little troubles, but keep talking and I'll be right back.
Okay. But anyways, folks, basically about what the movie is, it's all about a nerdy guy who works in a flower shop for pretty much it's pretty much a nerdy guy named Seymour Krelborn who works and lives in a flower shop with the guy who's been raising him, Mr. Mushnick. And Seymour comes across this very mysterious plant that looks like a Venus flytrap, but it was a plant that came all the way from outer space. So basically, the movie, I mean, he was just walking down the street and he just, picked up this plant and he decided to name after this beautiful girl who she did an outstanding performance, Ellen Green, who's the name of Audrey, in a character that he was pretty much in love with. But anyways, he decided to name this plant after her, calling it Audrey 2. But yeah, I mean, the girl Ellen Green, who played as Audrey, she was pretty much in a somewhat of a positive quote unquote relationship with a guy named Orange Scrivello, DDS, who was played perfectly by Steve Martin. I think that I think for his character of Orange Scrivello, I mean, knowing Steve Martin as a funny guy and as a awesome bluegrass player, I think him playing as a villain in a movie like this, I thought this was a perfect part for him. Even though I pretty much got a kick out of his part that he did as Orange Scrivello in certain areas. But most of the part, that was just one of the characters that I absolutely hated in the whole movie. But as soon as Romy comes back, I will talk about Seymour personally on my behalf, just a little bit once Romy comes back, because she'll explain a little bit. But anyways, Audrey herself, I mean, Ellen Green, she played as Audrey, not just in the movie itself, rolling with Rick Moranis, but she also... Oh. Sorry, folks. Hold on a second. Romy's trying to call. Oh, there we go.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to literally shut off Skype and re-sign for some reason. My camera and a couple other things wasn't working, but now everything's up and go. So what part are you on?
I just started talking about the movie, like what was about that Seymour, about a nerdy guy named Seymour goes off, finds a Venus flytrap plant that comes from outer space, and he decides to name it after a beautiful girl.
It's not really a Venus flytrap, to be honest.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it looks like a Venus flytrap.
Wait, when did this movie came out?
1986. Oh, Romy, we gotta restart. Hold on, let me call you back. There's a little issue going on right now with your Skype screen on my side.
You want me to shut it off, or?
Hold on a second, let me fix this. There we go, perfect. There we go, much better.
Okay, fucking Skype, I swear
but anyways,
to God.
I was just describing the beginning of the movie on what it was about, basically.
Oh yeah, basically, Rick Moranis, I'm the king master, gatekeeper, and basically he works at this flower shop.
Yeah, I did explain that he works and lives with Vincent Gardini's character is Mr. Mushnick. He works for him.
Yeah, Mr. Mushnick. Yep, and you got fucking smoking fine ass hot Audrey.
Yeah, where you left off, I was just actually before you called me back, I was just explaining to her. I mean, not just the movie itself. She still to this day plays in the musical. To this day, the actual actress Ellen Green still plays in the movie. Well, in the musical itself on stage.
You know what's so funny? Because this movie came out in 1986. Guess when Super Mario Brothers came out?
1986.
1985.
Oh, 1985, a year before.
A year before, and there's the piranha plants, and what do they look like?
Audrey 2.
I wonder, even though this is a remake, we know this is a remake. But it's so funny because whenever I play Super Mario Brothers, and I don't call them piranha plants, I call them Audrey 2s.
Yeah, I wonder whose idea that was to give you that idea to call them Audrey 2s.
Dick Moranis. I don't know. You might have heard of him.
But anyways, folks, I was also describing the character that Steve Martin played as, Orange Scrivello, DDS.
Oh my God, he's the best character. He's probably the most outrageous, insanely hilarious character in the movie.
I was just explaining, that was also a character for me. I got a kick out of him in certain parts, but that was also a character I wanted to beat the shit out of as well. I'll tell you why in a bit. But here's the thing, though. about Audrey Self, I mean, look at her. She was a fine ass woman in the
Oh
movie
my,
itself. She
dude,
was.
this movie is so based on your fucking life. It's not even funny.
Folks, no joke. This movie is based out on my life, and I'm
Okay,
being.
think about it. Okay, he was going through a bad time, and what comes out of nowhere and helps him out? Audrey too, aka me.
Folks, that's what happened. Folks, it fits perfectly. It fucking fits perfectly. It really fits perfectly. Holy shit, it fits perfectly. Folks, he comes off. Folks, I'll just explain a little bit more about my life in a little bit, how this movie relates to. The reason why, I mean, about Ellen Green as Audrey, sweet, innocent, but she had an abusive boyfriend, which is Orange Crivello, who pretty much plays this greaser like.
She loves them bad boys.
She loves them bad boys, but apparently, deep inside, she loved the nerdy guy Seymour a little bit more than the bad boy. But she said she met him in the gutter.
Seymour, last name Butts.
Seymour Butts.
Seymour Butts. Seymour Butts.
Seymour Butts. But anyways, folks, just so you know, before I'm really describing Seymour himself. I'm just gonna wait till I'm done describing the music itself. For the music itself, I'm gonna say I'm looking at the computer. Skid Row, Downtown, the first song.
Down on Skid Row.
Down on Skid Row. I thought right there that was one of the best songs out of the whole movie. Literally, that was one of the best songs
Downtown, where the food is slop.
Downtown. But anyways, there was also you want to know one thing in that lyric where Seymour was singing, "All my life I've been poor, sweep that floor, kid."
Oh yeah.
Dude,
all my life
I related to that particular scene so much.
Oh my god! Wait, does the movie take place in New York?
Skid Row, that's New York.
Oh!
That's New York.
This fucking movie is your life.
This movie is my life, folks. I'm telling you.
Oh,
but
well,
anyway,
that's gonna suck. You know what's gonna suck is the way you're gonna have to kill me is by electrocution.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust your balls.
I'm gonna bust your balls. But anyways, folks, the one part where he says, "Gee, I'm not sure. Here on Skid Row, gave me shelter and bread, crust of bread and a job, treats me like dirt, calls me a slob, which I am." Once I heard that one part, treats me like dirt, calls me a slob, which I am, I related to that particular part so much, where Seymour started singing it. But also, getting down, Dadu, there was that song where he was describing how he met the plant, Grow For Me.
Grow for me, and how does the plant grow, you say?
It's not plant food.
Oh no! First of all, when he was fixing some roses, and roses has thorns, and he's like, "Ooh, damn thorns," and he's thinking, but all of a sudden the fucking plant just came alive. He's like, he's opened up his mouth he's like, "Oh, gimme," and he's just squeezing out, dropping some blood. And I was like, great, the fucking plant is he's a fucking
carnivore.
He's Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
That's what he is. But it's also this part right here. You want to know something about this particular part? 2 scenes out of the movie made me cry. This song right here, somewhere that's green. That particular song, dude, I was crying.
The white picket fence.
Dude, I was actually crying when I watched that part because it was such a romantic yet type scene that I love. That
I think I know the other part you cried at.
I'll get to that in a bit. Some fun now. There was a song where I was laughing where Orange Crivello came in and started singing the dentist song. I'm gonna
say
Now here's the part where when I saw this particular scene, I relate to Romy so much with this one where it says, "Feed me, get it?
Feed me. Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me now."
And he's like, "You can talk." He's like, "Oh, cut the crap. Bring on the meal."
But anyways, here's the part where
Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops. Gentlemen.
This was an excellent part they played as Audrey.
Oh man, and even though it was only a voiceover performance, that voiceover would not be the same if it was somebody else.
No, it would not be the same if it was somebody
And
else.
here's the thing, Frank Oz. Frank Oz is the guy who directed this movie. And you probably think, who's Frank Oz? He's known for doing, many, puppet type figures. He's the one who did Yoda.
He's one.
I'm not talking about that CG bullshit. I'm talking about The Empire and Return of the Jedi, the real classics.
The real.
Where he was actually a real life. He was a real life creature. That was done by Frank Oz.
Yes, it was. But anyways,
practical fucking effects, ladies and gentlemen.
Practical effects, no CGI. But anyways, here's the part that made me cry. That song where Audrey finds out Orange Cravello dies, and pretty much Seymour, yours truly here, comes up.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Dude, I related to that scene so much. I related to that particular scene so much. A nerdy guy comes up, helps a sweet girl out, and then that song plays, and all of a sudden, once they said that final line, Seymour is your man, he's saying Seymour's my man. Once that kiss scene happens, boom, I lost it. Because it was just a perfect scene. See, in musicals, Frank Oz, when he directed this movie, he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing when he made this movie.
Okay, this was during, the Saturday Night Live era, when it was, at the best. Now, there's some cameos in this movie.
Yeah, there are some cameos.
One of them is John Candy.
Dude, when I first saw this movie, John Candy, I was like, holy shit, John Candy's in this movie.
It's fucking crazy that, I forgot when he passed away, though, but, he was the radio, how people, they discover about this plant, and the plant led to some great business for the company. And then you have Bill Murray.
Dude, this is my favorite scene. I fucking love this scene.
Okay, if you want to know, Bill Murray, whatever floats your boat. Well, he gets a big hard on for like torture, like dentist torture. And Steve Martin, he's known for being the most, before there was Isaac Yankem DDS, there was Steve Martin as the dentist, okay? Okay? And, he was going to be he's like, oh, I'm going to get this motherfucker. And Bill Murray's like, yes! Oh, yes!
Candy bar! Oh, I'm going to get candy bar!
And he's like, Steve Martin's like, get the hell out of here.
Because Bill Murray's character, dude, that scene was priceless.
He's fucking hilarious.
It was the funniest scenes out of the whole entire movie. Oh, don't forget the one other cameo that was in the movie.
I'm trying to think.
James Belushi.
Oh, that's
James Belushi was in the movie. He was after when Seymour rescued Audrey in the movie from Audrey 2. James Belushi comes in and he has his contract and he's offering Seymour a deal to sell miniature
Audrey 2 to make
and he
money.
tells him, get the hell out of here! Go! Get the hell out of here!
Here's my favorite part. After he chops him up, because remember, he likes to eat this in bits, and the sequence where he's feeding Audrey 2 the body parts, that made me fucking die. He's like, oh, and he's like,
he's getting a big freaking orgasm out of that whole entire part.
And he's like, and he's just going crazy, like, oh,
He's just going nuts. That's how Romy acts every time he eats his cheeseburgers.
Actually, today's National Cheeseburger Day, and I had some cheeseburgers, man. Cheeseburgers.
Another scene I laughed at was where after when they sung the song Supper Time, he eats Mr. Mushnick.
Sang the song
Supper Time. The way Audrey 2 ate Mr. Mushnick.
Oh yeah, he's an axe murderer. He's like, what do you feed it? You just feed it. What does he eat? And you got the three women playing. They're like the background singers, and then Audrey too. He's just resting on something. Deluxe, and he's like, come to Papa, and he picks him up, and he just swallows that some bitch whole. I was like, wait, what? How did he do that?
That was fucking funny. Well, he was getting big though. That's the problem with the.
How's he able to swallow that flower shop fat fucking owner of him? God damn.
Hey, that plant was hungry. But anyway,
I would swallow Audrey.
Oh. But anyways, folks, I want to get to the good. I want to get to the part where I get a little bit serious, though, because this is the part where I'm going to tell you all how I relate to this movie so much. Yet this movie
Oh my
is
god.
basically
The
my life.
floor is yours. I'm not saying a word.
All right, so folks, here's the thing, though, about this particular movie. All right, since you all see me as a big goofball as I am, because I am a big goofball in how the way I act in camera and everything, but folks, in reality, if you've seen Little Shop of Horrors and how the character Seymour acts, that's how I act in reality before I saw this movie. I'm not joking, you folks. That's how I really act in out of the internet. That's how I really act. Is how Seymour is. That's how I act. And literally, I literally had nobody. I really didn't. I mean, friends I had SGSM, but when it came to YouTube and other stuff, and pretty much needed a guide in my life, I had nobody. Seymour didn't have nobody either until he met this plant, Audrey too, and became somebody to him. And folks, here's where the relation comes in. I met Romy, I got a guide, and pretty much Seymour,
Except there's only
Audrey
one
too.
difference. There wasn't a total eclipse of the sun.
Yeah, that was the only difference. A total eclipse on Skype, that's what it was. A total eclipse of the heart, that's what it was.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the very first words I said to Gary was when he first came on, and he's like, and Alex like, "Hey, Jerome, this is Romy," and I looked, I'm like, oh God, I thought that was Lucas at first. That was the first thing I said. Oh, and what was the other thing I said? And he was dying. And JVD was talking about how his teacher, his college professor, always goes like this. You know, because that's what he does every time he leaves. And I was just like, yeah, John Cena, you can't see me. He's like, you will see me when I'm pissing in your face.
That's what.
And you were dying.
I was. So yeah, folks, in this movie itself, like I said in words, the Seymour Krelborn character, once I first saw this movie, I was like, holy shit, that is me. That is me.
Except I don't drink blood or eat humans.
Yeah, he does. And Romy,
I'm not Trevor Phillips.
Oh, Trevor Phillips is a freaking cannibal.
Well, he is, yeah.
But yeah, folks, that's one thing I absolutely love with this movie. To me, this movie is personal to me. It's really personal to me. Because it's something I reflected, like, literally, this movie's my life. Skid, it takes place in New York. I live in New York. I became friends with a plant, even though...
The fuck you calling a plant? Oh, you know what's funny? You know what? Because both the plant and I have big bald heads. So you know what? Oh, the best is when the plant, when he's, because he's got those big like leaf tentacles and shit. He's trying to make a phone call on the phone, and when he drags himself, he's like. That's like what I sound like when I'm beating off.
Oh yeah. But anyways, folks, I want to talk about the two endings to the movie.
Oh my!
I want to talk about the original
Dude,
first.
I'm so happy that you just mentioned that because there is an alternate ending.
There is.
To this movie.
The alternate ending is where, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. When I saw the alternative on the computer, I was in tears. I was literally in tears crying where she sang this reprise of Somewhere That's Green and he feeds Audrey to the girl that he loves. And he was fucking bawling tears. Dude, every time I bring that scene up, it makes me feel all, because,
What? When Audrey 2 calls Audrey and, tell her to come over and he tries to eat her, you mean?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she has those marks on her sides and then all of a sudden he eats her. Then all of a sudden, the mean green mother from outer space comes on. Then all of a sudden,
I'm just a big green mother from outer space, and I'm
one of my absolute tunes. One of my all-time favorite tunes in the movie. But also, this is where Seymour apparently gets eaten as well in the alternative scene, and then all the Audrey 2s take over the world.
Okay, yeah, and in the original version, the version that was, in the theatrical, the original theatrical, I should say, Seymour kills him by electrocuting the son of a bitch,
and he says,
shocking the because he was preparing to, he was going to tear down the entire shop, and he was shocking the shit out of him because he he thought he killed him, and I was like, he's like, oh shit, and then he just dies. He blows up, and then their the dream come true. Between Audrey and Seymour, they have a beautiful white picket fence, the house they always dreamed about, the happy ending. Not that happy ending. And when the camera pans down to the picket fence, all of a sudden you see a plant goes like this. And there's an Audrey 2 growing in their by their white picket fence. I was just like, oh, it's like an ambiguous ending type.
But anyways, folks, if I have to choose, I prefer that ending more than.
Oh yeah, but I will say this though, it was amazing to see the other ending because I think most of it was practical effects.
It was practical effects.
And I was like, holy crap. This is what Frank Oz said. When we did reshoot the ending, the crowd reaction went over 50% in our favor. Before it was a point where they hated it so much, Warner probably wouldn't even release the movie.
Because of that particular ending.
Because of the ending when they take over the world.
Mm-hmm. But folks, that's why they choose the theatrical ending where the happy ending happens. That's the ending I prefer more. I prefer more because, see, the thing is, that ending really got me depressed. Like, movie-wise, it got me upset. That's why I choose this.
Let me tell you something. What is it with fucking aliens, destroying New York? You got them in this movie. You have Independence Day. You have,
why New York, though?
Huh?
Why New York, out of all places? Except there was that one movie, Battle of Los Angeles.
Well, that movie sucked for all the wrong reasons, but to a certain extent. But, yeah. Oh, New York. Was Men in Black in New York? Yeah, it was. Well, to some extent. So, yeah.
So, yeah, folks, about this particular movie, I mean, I can't really say much more except I gave you the plot of what it was about. A nerdy guy falls in love with a beautiful blonde woman named Audrey. Well, to me, it's a beautiful Filipino right now. And,
that's one of the reasons. Mm-hmm. I'm not good at saying nothing. I'm just going to leave it at that because holy shit, what a coincidence.
Mm-hmm. To me, it's a beautiful Filipina. And I have my best friend, Mr. Audrey, too.
Yeah, because he's like, I got no more to feed you. Look at my fingers. He's like this. Tough
titty. See, Audrey, too, he said some of the most funniest phrases in the whole movie.
Oh, it was funny, man.
Tough
and you know what I love about it? How he's like, oh, really? And he was showing Steve Martin's character, the dentist. I'm going to call him the dentist. Where, man, he was being an asshole to Audrey. And he's like, you better open up that door, you little slut.
Dude, that's the part where I wanted to beat the fucking shit out of him.
And we just smashed the shit out of him, and fucking Rick Moranis was ready to turn into the Hulk, man. And Audrey 2's like, now go get him! I was like, yeah, kick his ass!
And kick his ass, and all of a sudden, he has his gun, he's all shaky, can't even shoot himself. How does Orange Covel die? He kills him, he apparently kills himself.
Oh my god, because, he puts Rick Moranis, Seymour in the chair, and because he was going to use this old, rusty, like, dentist drill, like the one you had the pump, the air compressed type, with your foot. Oh my God, Steve, the dentist, he puts on this contraption on his face, in his nose, where he breathes nothing but
laughing gas.
Laughing gas. Was it
nitrous oxide? Nitrous oxide, I believe.
Yeah. And trust me, I've tried that shit, and let me tell you something, man. That is some good shit, man. When I had to get my teeth done, they put that shit on me. I remember one woman, she had to turn up a little bit. I was just like, I was breathing that shit in like if it was my last dying breath, and I was high as a motherfucker, man.
You wanna know one thing is when I got my teeth done right here, dude, I couldn't even laugh. Once, you wanna know one thing? They didn't put a mask on. They actually injected it into me.
Yeah!
Dude.
I'm sorry. You know me when it comes to certain needles and they had to put in lidocaine or Novocaine. I think that's what it's called. Lidocaine or Novocaine. What? That noise they made?
Yeah.
You know that sound? I'm sorry, I just don't like needles and gums. It's, it just fucking
I don't
it
know.
kills.
See, when I got my
And this is coming from a guy who had a vasectomy done.
yeah, vasectomy, he got neutered. But anyways, folks, about the injection, I got injected in my arm, dude. I was knocked out in 2 seconds.
Oh, so you had anesthesia, right?
Yeah, I was knocked out in 2 seconds.
I didn't get that because first of all, it cost way too much, and
no, I got it done when I got my teeth done, dude. I was knocked the fuck out. Then all of a sudden, as soon as I woke up, dude, I was high as a kite. It was
and well, with Steve Martin's character, the way he dies, he breathes so much of that shit, and Rick Moranis pulls the gun out. He's like, well, what did I do to you? And Rick Moranis is like, no, it's what you did to her. He's like, her? Oh, her. And then he just fucking collapses because the lack of oxygen in his brain made his body just died out.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
But anyways, folks, as for this movie, to wrap it up in conclusions, hopefully, this was definitely one of Rick Moranis' best performances he's ever done.
Oh, yeah.
To me, personally, this is his best performance. Personally,
I gotta see what else he did, but
he did Spaceballs. He did.
I want to say Spaceballs is his best.
Well, to you that, but here's the thing, though. The reason why I say it's his best, you know why? Personally, for me. But yeah, folks. My life is actually based off a Little Shop of Horrors.
He did Strange Brew, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Parenthood. Even though the Flintstones movie was pretty bad, he was perfectly casted as Barney.
He did a good job as Barney. He really did.
Barney. Ghostbusters.
I'm the Keymaster. Busters. I'm the Keymaster. You're the gatekeeper.
Keymaster, you're the gatekeeper.
That's what everybody likes to get on me about. Still. He also played in that one movie with John Candy, I believe it was. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, he played in all three of the Honey, I Shrunk series, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Honey, I Blew Up, yeah. And I think he did a couple animated things, but he did leave acting 97, 6 years after his beloved wife lost her life to breast cancer, sadly. And he files it's too difficult raising kids on his own. That's why he left the acting industry to help support his own personal and significant needs. Mm-hmm. So, and wait, I didn't know this one. Rick Moranis was also. He was supposed to appear in The Breakfast Club, but he was fired by John Hughes because his interpretation of the part was not what Hughes was looking for. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Very interesting.
So it didn't fit the role. All right.
So yeah, folks, on Rotten Tomatoes, this got a 90%, a 6.9 out of 10 on IDM, on IMDb.
I don't pay attention to IMDb, and I'll tell you why. Because this is based off the fans.
So Rotten Tomatoes got 90%.
I always go by Rotten Tomatoes, man. I'm sorry. Even because with the fans' perspective, they gave Pitch Perfect 2.
Sorry about that, folks. My phone shut off by mistake on account. I ran out of room, so I deleted some shit, and we're almost finished here. We just got a couple of things to wrap up real quick.
Hermaphrodite porn.
Well, hermaphrodite porn. But anyways, folks, for this particular movie, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 90%.
I'm very happy that it's that high.
Oh, yes. But as for me, folks, my rating, it is a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. It is, because it is a movie that is not only based off, no joke, like true reality, based off of my life here, like right now. But it's a movie that I relate to so much. Me personally, it was something that was enjoyable. It was hilarious. It was romantic. It had romance, comedy, anything. That in this movie.
And here's the thing: the theatrical cut is 94 minutes long. I've never seen the director's cut. I've only seen the alternate ending. The director's cut is 103 minutes. So that's 9 minutes of footage. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of footage.
It is.
So that makes me curious as to I wonder what the hell is all in that the director's cut. So we never know. But Yeah, this is one of my favorite musicals. It is so funny, it's charming, it's hilarious. It's got like so many different elements in one movie. And Frank Oz, oh, it's a well done remake.
It
You don't
is.
really say that too often about remakes.
See, folks, before I say about remakes, is in the original 1960 movie, I did not care for the original. Surprisingly,
I didn't either. I
I
didn't
did not
either.
care for the original 1960 version. I did not care for whatsoever. It did not have that, feel that I personally can relate to. It did not have
Well,
that
not
feel.
only that, but yeah, even though the times were different, with a 20-year difference, I mean, with the technology and all the other substance that goes along with that, it just doesn't really hold up.
No, it doesn't. But yeah,
This version does.
This
This version does. It's practical effects. It's real.
it's practical effects. It's real. A few decades later, this is a movie. The remake was well done. It was perfect. And for me, this is the movie that I related to so much. I know I've been saying that a lot because Romy knows and everybody knows. Well,
Oh my God, dude, Mara, I know this kid, and it's so insanely. I don't want to say creepy, but I wonder if. I was like, dude, the motherfucker wasn't even born yet when this movie came
Yeah,
out.
and
I
look-
was just one.
And out of all people, Romy's the one who knows it personally that I relate to this movie. And folks, you want to know how this? You want to know how he started with this bit of Rick Moranis? Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, folks.
That's how it all started with me getting his Rick Moranis, Little Shop of Horrors. So yeah,
I do use like the Ghostbusters,
He does.
on the Keymaster, but all of it is because of the Little Shop of Horrors.
Most of his Little Shop of Horrors, and it's a movie I relate to personally. And it was just an amazing movie. I gave, like I said, a perfect 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, A+ all the way. Amazing movie. But anyways, I mean, that's all I've got to, say about this movie. This movie is definitely a personal favorite. So, folks, that's all I got to say, and ciao for now.